Alright guys, we already had one awesome match. Bbyong advancing here over Lucira. Next up though, it's Bbyong versus NesTea.
Yep, and the Bbyong fan club is already in the studio. This guy always has... I'm actually... Now that I think about it, who has more fangirls in the studio, Bbyong or Bbyong?
I'm not sure, I think today Bbyong maybe?
Yeah, I actually think so too. For some reason, this guy always has a huge amount of female fans in the studio. I don't really know why. I always... With Bbyong, you know, I get it. But Bbyong and Bbyong, well... We're gonna see who has more fangirls later on, but you can definitely count that later when we have the introduction for Bbyong, there will be a lot of female voices in the studio.
Yep. By the way, we have Bbyong versus Hack. One of those two players will be in Code S after next week, and that's what we're gonna find out next week. Who's it gonna be?
Yeah. And of course, now we are waiting for Bbyong versus NesTea, and this game, I have to say that I really think that if I just judge the current skill level, I might have to give the advantage to Bbyong here. This guy is so good these days.
Yeah, I think I will too.
And NesTea, I would love to see him advance. I have to say, I mean, NesTea being like the old school player in StarCraft 2, I would love to see him go to Code S, go at least to the third round of Code A, but this is not going to be an easy challenge.
Definitely not. Look at the games played. 6 games in total for Bbyong, and for NesTea we have 84 total games, nearly 62% win ratio. And months and months ago, it was about 80% that win ratio. He's been a little bit falling down since you know, he got his NesTea award.
NesTea dropped down into Code B and immediately re-qualified for Code A. That was really important for him. I was actually afraid when he dropped out of Code A. I was like, okay, maybe that's it for him. Maybe he just says like, you know what? I'm done with the pro gaming in Korea. I'm going to be a coach from now on. I'm going to assist my team, help them in other ways. But he was like, no, I'm not done. I don't care if I'm older than most of the other players. I am going to re-qualify immediately, and he did so in the next Code A qualifier. Came back to Code A, and now we have him in the studio fighting in the second round.
Calder, they fixed Code A. It has the O and the D in the correct spot. I just saw that.
Amazing. Belgia Vestige. It's this homage to Belgia Beach and Belgia Winter.
I still stick with the idea, the notion that vests can be found there.
Okay, I can live with that.
Like, I think that the makeup ladies who do our wardrobe actually found these Harry Potter outfits in the Belcher Vestige.
I'm actually like happy to gamble that if any fan visits the studio at some point and brings me like a really decent red hair John Weasley wig, I'm gonna wear it for the cast.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna do that.
You should do it. I could dye my hair back and be Malfoy for that particular case.
Yeah.
And we could do that, man. I would be down.
That would be, if someone actually brings me a wig like that, not long haired, like the really Weasley style,
yeah,
I'm
Weasley
so
style,
down for that.
That's what you need. Here we go. Bbyong up against NesTea on Belcher Vestige. Calder and Wolf Caston, this is Code A.
Back up in the raves again. We got the crowd on the wave like it's a stadium. Call me the weatherman, it's about to be a break.
At the bottom right of the map, we have our Casper Terran player in the red. A really, really strong Terran, and he is, of course, he was in Code S, and his ID is...
CJ Entus Bbyong.
A very tough opponent for Zerg.
I love that picture of him, by the way, on the back.
Yep. What is that? I don't even want to know.
He's going like this with double peace signs, I think. I think that's what he's doing in that picture.
That looks so weird that I'm afraid that it's something that I don't want to see, so I don't want to know. Top left is his opponent on Belcher Vestige. Oh my god, who came up with that name? We have, of course, the creator of the universe. It is...
LGIM NesTea.
Just wants to win this best 3 as soon as possible. He's a little bit sleepy.
Yeah, he looks a little bit tired.
Look at his shirt. He's got the triple champs and a very quick double 2x proxy coming out. And by that I mean just 2x. It's not 4 barracks, not a double 2x proxy, just one 2x proxy.
Yep.
On the watchtower, in fact, and NesTea is not going to see that.
Yeah, because he has an Overlord that is currently on the map, but the Overlord just changed route, is not going to go to the middle of the map.
Yeah, that's weird, actually, in fact, that he changed routes like that.
But on the other hand, we have the pool right after the expansion. So NesTea does not know this is coming, but at least he is prepared to... Oh, actually he walks out with the drone. So he didn't delay the pool at all, and he will see this.
Yep, he's going to see it. And there it is.
It's like, hey buddy, how you doing?
Too late,
Double
though.
barracks.
Too late to deny it, and this is a very forward barracks. Like, this is like asking someone to marry you on the first date barracks. It makes you feel a little bit awkward and uncomfortable, and you might pull your drones afterwards. At this point, like, he's got double SCVs and 4 more SCVs coming from the main.
Man, you need to get a medal for that last pump.
That was pretty good.
That was really good. How long did you work on that?
I just came up with it, man. I don't know.
That was beautiful. Well, here we go. The 6 Zerglings are already on the way. A lot of drones have been pulled, nearly all of them. That's exactly what you need to do. Taking no prisoners here, but the micro is not the best for NesTea. He has to be careful. He's losing 1, 2, 3 drones. There is no Spinecrawler being built, only relying on Queens and Zerglings here. And with all the SCVs now walking up to the top left, this is going to get nasty.
Oh, the bunker is almost done. He needs to put the SCVs in stop position in front of the Marines. He does exactly that, and the bunker finishes. He's going to jump all 4 Marines in there. NesTea goes for the counterattack. He wants to stop reinforcements. He doesn't have much other choice.
Yeah, but good luck with that, because the wall is nearly completed, and this is bad for NesTea. This is really bad, even though he scouted it early. Marines are dying, SCVs are also biting the dust, but at the end of the day, Bbyong has still 9 harvesters against 6.
Yep, one of NesTea's 6 harvesters is actually in the middle of the map, kind of awkwardly floating around. That Marine met an unfortunate end. He doesn't have enough firepower to knock down this bunker.
This looks really bad. Yeah, the expansion is most likely going to die. It's really unlikely that NesTea will be able to hold it.
He's going to save the Queen at
no
least.
nothing.
Yeah, the Queen will be saved, but you're right. There's no spine. There's no way to save the expansion. The Zergling's trying to go for this reinforcement stopper, but it's not going to work.
I'm happy that God saved the Queen, but the big problem is that that's not going to help the citizens. Not at all.
Yeah.
Most of the drones are already dead, and those Zerglings...
They're certainly in trouble, man. But NesTea can't have his cake and eat it.
Yeah. At this point, it really looks like this is going to be the end of NesTea in game number 1. It's going to be a tough life for him. The wall is completed at the main base of Bbyong at the bottom right. He was able to put down the 3rd supply depot. There are a lot of Zerglings now, but what are you going to do with those Zerglings? That's not going to help you. You can't even break through your opponent's defenses at home. So we have now 15 Zerglings, but the drone count, that's the crucial thing. 6!
Yeah. That's never going to be enough. He's making only Lings too, because, well, if he doesn't do that, how is he ever going to break out? But if he makes drones, then he's just going to die also. So he's basically a lose-lose situation. He's trying to figure out, how can I get lucky here? How can I maybe force a mistake on my opponent?
But what is he going to do with all these Zerglings? I mean, even if he takes down all the Marines, can he really break through at his opponent's base?
I don't even think he can get out of the bunkers. To be honest, with this many Marines, he has almost as many Marines as Zerglings, and those are slowlings. They're going to be running off creep, trying to break down against those bunkers. And he's already got the 2nd command center started. He's got mules. He's got over double the worker supply. Well, that's not the case because NesTea just started a few more drones, but he's got way more.
Bbyong is completely happy to just contain him for as long as possible, and the thing is, he gets another command center right now. NesTea doesn't even have a 2nd hatch, and he doesn't have a single extractor. Yeah. If he drones up, yeah, well, so what?
Yeah, what's he going to do with them? If he goes beyond the saturation of one base, he won't ever be able to take the natural. Without gas, like you said, he can't break out of the base with Banelings.
Bbyong sends in 1 SCV. Scouts what's going on here.
Yeah, are you taking gas? What's your plan? What's your next step?
He's probably just looking at this and he's like, okay, what exactly is the deal here? You don't have anything, or do you? But we see 1 drone that was able to sneak out somehow.
That was that drone I was talking about. One of the 6 drones was out in the middle of the map randomly, but I don't think he's... I mean, if he tries to start a hatchery there and gets away with it, he's going to take so long to drone up, it just doesn't even matter.
Yeah, that's going to take an eternity for him. And, well, if you just look at the overall supply, yeah, the difference is not that big. But the harvesters is 18 to 20, and the big problem is going to be this expansion that we have for Bbyong. He will have the 2nd orbital, therefore double SCV production, and of course the mules, which is going to be the most important part. And still no gas for NesTea.
Yeah. In fact, Bbyong, if he sees how low the Ling count is, he can actually probably just unload his bunkers, walk in and kill him. I think he may do just that. He's unloading. He's going to walk in. He's going to end the game.
27 Marines against 16 Zerglings.
Slowlings.
Do the math, guys.
Here
There
come a
comes-
few more out, but it's not going to be enough. He needs the Queen to help out the drones as well. Great micro so far from Bbyong, pulling back. He wants to get on that ramp, but NesTea will deny him.
And now he is completely surrounded, but just look at this massacre. Yeah, those Marines are gonna die, but they will take down a lot, and there's the GG as NesTea leaves the game. Bbyong takes match number 1.
You know, we have this transition period, this different point where I've got Korean fangirls to my left clapping in sync to Bbyong defeating one of the most famous, if not the most famous StarCraft 2 player amidst foreign fans with frowns on their faces over there in the crowd we see right now. And this is intense. This is the new StarCraft 2 versus the old StarCraft 2 that we are watching right now. There is that symbol we were talking about earlier.
I knew I didn't want to see it.
I like it, man. I like that face.
Well, it looks good in his yellow shirt. I think he's one of the only players that actually used that. And we have-
NesTea is a triple GSL Code S champion. That's why he's got those pins on his shirt.
But still, he's up against a tough opponent. We said it earlier that Bbyong is just on a roll, and this guy is so good. He trains so much, and he is really one of the most well-practiced Terran players that we have in Korea these days. So NesTea definitely has the work cut out for him, and his problem is that he's already down 1 game, even though he scouted double barracks. It was a little bit too late.
Yep. The next map, by the way, is going to be another pretty big one. It's Whirlwind.
Yep.
NesTea needs a win here, otherwise he has to go through that up and down group. And let me tell you, man, NesTea gets tired pretty early. That group could go all night. Trust me, doesn't want to play there, wants to get into Code S off that 3rd round win. He's got to beat the 2nd round player first. Bbyong up a game here. Is he going to play straight up? Is he going to show us the late game, or is he going to 2-racks again?
On a big map, it's a little bit unlikely,
It
but we've
seems very
seen it.
unlikely. We have seen it though.
Occasionally. Game number 2 is gonna start any second now, guys. We had the GSL Code A, and we have the former GSL champion NesTea up against Bbyong from Casper. We are about to go live. Let's see if NesTea can turn things around here.
All over the radio and back up in the raves again. We got the crowd on the way.